I'm nervous and trembling, smoking cigarettes tonight.
What the fuck? I can't believe you just bust out singing that.
The sky turns gray against a fiery display of red and golden hues, like the day I fell for you. So what will you do when the sun begins to fall? I'm waiting here for you. Won't you answer my call? Don't you wanna get cozy with me?
Cue the lights. And we are back. Wardrobe change
back.
number 3.
Hey, you ain't got to tell everybody our business. Yeah, we recorded 3 episodes in one night. Okay.
Yeah, because we got to get caught up, y'all. We got to get caught up. But
busy night.
we are happy to be here. We have not been slacking on y'all. I'm high. I'm really high.
Yeah, did y'all hear that intro? Yeah. Lead us into the topic of this episode.
Cigarettes.
Oh, you want me to sing it with the
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I didn't think you wanted me to
No.
bust out a tune again.
You doing no karaoke tonight? No. Listen. Weed, man. Weed is. What? You don't like weed? I don't know. I'm kind of a late bloomer to the party. You know, like I didn't start smoking weed until we moved to Washington.
Not heavy, yes. Let's talk about our first time smoking together. Because, but in Michigan, I think you might have, that I know of, twice, maybe?
Yep. Maybe twice.
And
twice.
that was street grade.
Yeah.
Because in Washington, you know, we go to it's fully legal. So we have dispensaries that you can visit with much better quality than you would find on the street.
Yep, stronger, and I got points rewards. You know, I'll be getting discounts.
Yeah, he a frequent shopper.
Shout out to Emerald Hayes. Listen, and I tip well too. You always got to tip your butt tender, y'all. Always tip your butt tender.
Your butt is that a thing now? A bud tender? Oh my god!
That's what it's called.
If it's not hashtag bud tender, we just came up with that.
Man, bro, it's out there.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they're called. They're called bud tenders.
I'll look that up after this.
Anywho, the weed kicked in when we moved out here. Yeah. Look, hold on. First, let me hold on. Now it's great. That's a good segue to my story time. Let me cue up my music.
Oh God.
So, y'all want to know kind of how weed has affected my life? So, and if I'm giggling through the story, go on. I am really high. Got a nice indica blend pre-rolls. But back in the day, I was going to be a cop. And if anybody knows me, I'm a very honest Abe. Like,
goody two shoes.
Not a goody two shoes, but yeah, I'm a very like, I do the right thing. I see money on the floor. I'm the type to like turn it in.
It's just happened too many times, guys. I just,
And listen to her talking out. She ain't even on camera right now. If you're not watching on YouTube, she's not on camera right now. She just interrupted me. Anyway, so what I was trying to say was, Kiara and I got into an argument the year I was training to be a police officer, and I got so mad at her that I went over one of my bros' house and insisted that I hit the bowl. Insisted. And I went and put on my background, my little application packet. Mind you, I've been training for months, paid for my plane ticket, flew out to Seattle, passed the PT test, passed all of the tests and assessments. The last thing they had to do was graze over my background check before they sent me through to the oral board and all that shit like that. Mind you, I have degrees in this stuff, y'all. And then I got to stop the music. I got disqualified on a technicality because I had used marijuana within the last 12 months of applying for the police department. I know.
Life-altering decision.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. And not only was that going on, then, I kind of felt like I hit a ceiling at the company I was at. It was just boring work, So I felt like that was like my last big opportunity to get like a cash grab because they make good money, and fucking lo and behold, I didn't get that. You know, I didn't become a police officer, but I definitely feel like I got the better end of it all.
You did.
I still ended up in the Seattle area. We still ended up in Washington.
Because I was mad at first. But
yeah, we still ended up in Washington. You know, I just went a different way about it, and I think it worked out. Everybody's winning. Like,
it's so funny how things happen for a reason,
yeah.
and you don't see it initially, but then you reap the benefits of it in the future.
Yeah, me and Mary Jane recently got reacquainted. More intimately. Like, that was the last time I smoked it, because I just started smoking it during the pandemic because I really enjoy whiskeys and stuff like that. And when the pandemic hit, we were working from home more, and so we both started drinking. We started drinking alcohol a lot. Yep. And like to the point where it's just like, you know, I know health wise that's gonna affect me more long term than just smoking some weed. So I looked up the pros and cons of doing, you know, marijuana versus alcohol, and then kind of did some research on the strength of the strands and like where should I start. And you know, now it's at like I drink way less now. Right. I don't have to drink that much anymore because, you know, I smoke. And
you chose the lesser of the two evils.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you see it as like a lesser of two evil things versus like, you know, just a bad thing. Because I think there's a stigma out there like, oh, if you smoke weed, you're a pothead. But like, you'd be surprised at the people coming in and out of these stores. And Kiara, I'm gonna let you talk because
your mouth getting a little dry, cotton mouth over there. All right, well, I want to talk about because I don't engage in Mary Jane, but when we first moved out
here, get your weak ass on cue since you ain't.
When we first moved out here, because I was not working at the time, we had just had Ava. And so I was staying at home, and if I was going to start working, I was going to start working for him. So I knew I didn't have any drug testing that I needed to do for a job. So I don't even know where he went, but he brought home 2 marijuana joints. Well, lo and behold, unbeknownst to our stupid asses, joints. We go out there. I don't even know how much percent. I don't know if it was sativa, THC. I don't know. I don't remember.
No.
But our stupid asses put the kids to bed early, and we went outside and smoked the whole thing like it was a cigarette.
Man, I think we was dragging that bitch hard, and just hitting it strong too. Like it was bad. And then what ended up happening is
I felt like I had a astronaut suit on and I was walking on the moon. It was terrible.
I felt like I was falling in a kaleidoscope. And the fact that I'm high now listening to that story again is even fucking funnier because it's taking me back. I remember literally we was laying on the bed and
we couldn't even we were so high. You know, people want to get high and get freaky. It was so bad we couldn't even function. Like, we smoked this whole joint. And again, this isn't street weed, so it's not watered down, mellowed down, whatever.
Yeah, I think it was pretty strong because I told him I was going to be sharing it with somebody, and I think he just implied that it had to be like 60 or 70%. It was a big pre-roll.
It was.
Like 1.5 grams or something like that.
It was big. And I had never smoked, so to me, I didn't know what I was getting into. I was just smoking it, coughing up a lung, burning my chest, but I was still hitting it.
Kiara was crawling up the stairs like,
man.
She was rolling up them fucking stairs. If y'all ever seen what's that fucking movie? Cysteria.
I don't know how to pronounce
it. Man, she was like rolling up the stairs. Man, I was just like floating. Like I said, I felt like Daniel Collage. I can't think of his name. The guy from Get Out in that scene where he was like
his name, but
hypnotized and falling out of this fucking chair. Mm-hmm. I felt like that experience, and we were laying on the bed. We were laying on the bed like y'all. We were so high. We were laying on top of the blankets. The bed was made. We was laying on top of the blankets. I was in my drawers. Kiara was in her bra and panties. We were both laying flat back, hands down to our side, and then just staring up at the ceiling, laughing and giggling and shit like that. And Kiara is the fucking funniest person when she is high. And then she just started like spazzing out a little bit. And she grabbed my chest out of nowhere. I was like, what are you doing? She's like, this is her famous line. She was like, I'm just trying to make sure we experiencing the same shit. And I think I lost it. I was laughing so hard that my face literally was broke. Like, it was broke. That was fucking hilarious. And I was like, man, what you experiencing? And she still doesn't like weed. Like, marijuana to her gets her the nauseating feeling that alcohol normally gives people. Like, she just doesn't like it. And it might be that because every time she's tried it, she's taking too much. Like, I think
probably. Yep. Yeah. I don't
I'll
know
tell
my
them about
limit.
what happened last time when I gave you them almond chocolate covered almonds.
Okay, so I've engaged in it like 2 other times. He bought me these little CBDZs.
Yeah, them little weak ass CBDs. Yeah,
they strong enough to me, but those will have me stuck to the floor. Now, he gave me some chocolate almonds about, I would say 3 weeks ago. And normally I don't eat anything edible because I don't know how it affects me. And normally I eat them at like 9 o'clock at night and then I wake up high and that's the worst feeling. So it was early this day and I popped 2 of them stupidly. Yeah.
Stupidly. Stupidly. That's right, babe.
I'm gonna make up my words.
You make up that down.
Anyway.
That's right. Make up that English.
Ignorantly. And it was the day before the girls had their school pictures. And they needed their hair done. They looked a mess.
Yeah, they needed their hair done.
Again, it was early. And for some reason, them damn things kicked in right away within 30 minutes.
Y'all, she was gone. She was out.
Oh my God.
A fucking, like, she was sunken in the chair. Like, then she was like nauseated, sick. Yep. I was like, and of course it's killing my high because I'm just like, gosh, it was only 2 nuts. Like, for real.
2 nuts.
For real, man. Like, shit. Like, and I usually have.
It was spinning, bro.
And I keep telling you, like, I think it's just you need to learn your tolerance. It's just like with alcohol. Like, you know, you got to learn your tolerance. Like, I know that, for example, sativas have started to really, like, trigger my anxiety attacks. So I don't really like it. Like, especially even the way it makes me feel, like, you know, right, you know, my respiratory area or my heart, like, just kind of where it, you know, because weed metabolizes kind of like, you know, like, think like aspirin versus Tylenol. Or Tylenol versus ibuprofen, right? You know, ibuprofen metabolizes, you know, breaks down in the stomach, and acetaminophen, which is Tylenol, it goes through your bloodstream. So it's just like they are both effective, but you know they get the pain medication to you different ways, and they do feel different. I mean, not noticeably at the little level you take over the counter, but like it's the same concept to me, you know. So
to me, it all affect me the same. I don't care what you give me.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Which is why I was trying to give you some indicas. But
you let me eat 2 of those though.
But those are sativas, yeah. Those are sativas, and that the reason why I think it made you nauseous is because that sativa works in your brain first. It kind of works top down, so it moves. The high will flow through
I could feel it. It started here, and then it went to my chest, and then my chest got real heavy. I started having heart palpitations, and then I had to try to do the girl's hair. Well, I could only do the first 2 braids in their hair, so poor Ava.
You're such a drama queen.
I couldn't even see the rubber bands to get them off their hair because my hands were shaking so much, and then my head was spinning, and then I had to leave one of them. I don't even know who head I was doing, but I had to go puke because I couldn't even stand up straight.
Yep, and then this is all I heard in the bathroom.
Whatever.
You know it's true. No, I always think it's funny. Because I said that I don't know. I just got back into the, you know, because like weed is just like alcohol. Like, you know, certain liquors is like, all right, I'm not trying to get that kind of high or that kind of drunk or whatever like that. You know, weed is similar. I think it's just like the, you know, aerosol version of alcohol. Same kind of high. I think a marijuana high is better than the alcohol, you know, being drunk.
Right. For
multiple reasons, but especially when it comes to just like, you know, really getting the strands right, and then like you smoke more, you get high more. You smoke less, you get high less. And now they got vape pens, like, which I still don't prefer the vape pens because they're harsh on me, just like the whole process. But I will say, like, weed wise, I got a routine. Like, I get home from work and I try to help Kiara get all her shit done. But this is probably the weed is like kind of impairing. If y'all listen to the last episode or whichever one that was, we was talking about me being more engaged in the discipline. I'd probably be a little high too, because I have a time that I try to get the weed out, because I know that just like with alcohol, if I get my nice little buzz going, I'm feeling good, man. The only next thing to do is fuck or sleep. So if we ain't fucking, I'm sleeping. So I'll be like, hey, all right. I when I go out and do this, I am what is it? I'm no good. I'm no longer good to you.
Exactly. Which is why every time you talk about, all right, I'm going out, I give you the look, because if there's things not done in the house already, I know they ain't gonna get done, or I know it's gonna fall all on me.
Listen, and what y'all hearing right now is discipline. Discipline don't just extend to the kids. I'm disciplined as well in this house, like a fucking child. Did y'all hear what she just told me? And after, mind y'all, like, I don't be going out till about 9:30, 10. I'm a night owl already, so like, I'm the type that I'm just so naturally paranoid about shit, because I was like, damn, people breaking into people's houses at 3 a.m, so I'll be up. Just last night, I just went to sleep at 4:30.
Yeah, crazy.
Fucking around with Kiara, because I was like, man, I might just get my hair dyed more, and then I just decided not to. But by that time, I had already got my second win. So I ended up going outside and smoking some weed, and I was like, finally, I was ready to go to sleep. Now I'm panicking because I done smoked all my Indica. And like I said, I just don't like the high that Sativa gives me. So, and of course I got all of those left, but.
Well, why don't you, for people that don't know, because you can tell me a million times, I'm not going to remember. What's the difference between Indica and Sativa?
Well, hold on now.
Oh, what did I start?
I got to get my sources out. Hold on, let me get my glasses.
Oh, my goodness.
So high level, you got two primary strands of weed, right? If you're doing it at not the street level, but it's street level.
Street level? Yeah.
Street level weed is just from dealers. It could be. It's usually not always the highest quality because it's been repackaged so many times and not properly stored and cared for, dried out.
Right.
So by the time it get to the street level and been in homeboy pockets and shit, getting all musty and shit like that. Then it becomes an issue where, you're not getting all of that quality shit that when, you go to these weed shops, some of these weed stores, it's real elaborate. You can see the buds. It's beautiful. They ain't crushed up. They ain't nothing, no debris in the jars, especially if you go into a, more upscale, marijuana spot, because it's all about presentation when you talk about weed. But the biggest difference is, like, there's two strands, Sativa. So Sativa is high THC level, which means that it's energizing. So what it's meant to do is energize you, stimulate you, which all of this podcasting and the virtual DJing and shit that I'm doing right now, those ideas have come when I was using Sativa before I can handle it. Now, here's an interesting thing, and this is why it's not a one size fits all. Just so you know, it says it reduces anxiety. I would argue that Sativa increases my anxiety, and Indica does the opposite for me. Increases creativity, I agree there, and increases focus. I definitely agree, because once I come down from a Sativa high, I'm very woke. I'm awake, but then I'm pissed too, because I'm like, gosh, it's so boring. It's so boring. On the other hand, Indica is high CBD level, so it's relaxing, relief of pain, decreases nausea, increases appetite, better sleep. And I do be fucked shit up when I'm.
Yes, you do.
When
you will eat the whole entire fridge.
Yeah.
At one point,
guilty.
At one point, because I did used to engage in the little CBDZs, and they probably I don't even know what they are, but they're so not potent. But I would take one little puff, and even that would cause me to eat. We used to get the Lay's chips, but then they became too salty, and we would eat a whole bag in 2 days. So now we get the Lay's unsalted version, and they're still just as good.
And we be smacking them bitches, especially Man, bruh, I can go through. Rest in peace to my bowels. But when I'm high, I can go through fucking honey buns, multiple ice cream sandwiches.
This man brought the whole candy bowl, the kids' Halloween candy bowl upstairs
under my bed, bruh. I don't play no games. You feel me?
I would say the only good thing that comes out of marijuana is during sex, because at least for me, it makes me feel
Mr. Nasty Thing.
I'm more aware of everything in my body. Like I can feel, to me, I can feel every blood cell rushing through my body. And so the climax is so much more powerful because you just feel it and it's radiating throughout your whole body.
Yeah, but you never want to be high and have sex.
I don't, because it's the other stuff. It's the head high that I can't deal with.
But see, that's why I recommend the Indica to you, because you've always had sativas.
What was the candy?
Sativa.
Oh.
That's why all that shit sitting up there, because I got hard candies. I got gummy bears, and those are really effective. Like when you don't want people to know that you're high. Now, for me, your average edible candy, is going to be like 10 milligrams a piece. And so I know my tolerance where I'm functionally high is anything less than 30% THC. And then my intake that kind of determines that. So with the edibles, I have to eat 3 of them to really feel something,
Oh, I will be dead to the world.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I remember when I was getting high with, all the family, all your family on the front porch. Shout out to cuz y'all know who y'all is. And like they was going off one candy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, I ain't gonna be greedy and eat, because they only give you like 10 in a jar. I was about to tear all. I was smack 3 of them bad boys. But like everybody in the house was fried off one gummy bear.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man. So I'm eating a few gummy bears, like, and that I use the edibles to compound the high to keep it going, versus going back out, because I do try not to be too harsh on my lungs smoking it wise. But smoking is usually the least of the harsher, doing the vape pens and stuff like that. And sometimes people don't really tolerate it in their digestive system, or it gives a different effect eating it. But it just takes longer on the edible stuff. But I definitely feel like sex is better. I agree. Sex is way better, because it is almost, fellas, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Hold on, let me play music real quick. I'm gonna play this one right here. Cue my camera. All right. So I'm gonna let y'all in a little secret, right? Weed is simply like Viagra, right?
That is the motherfucking truth.
Okay. I mean, if you don't have erectile dysfunction or anything going on right now, put it like this. I've been able to surprise myself with my stamina when I'm high. And it's not that I don't feel it. What's happening is everything that's going on, the marijuana gives me a delayed response to, right? It's really true, which is why every time I smoke weed, it's way late. Like, I know I'm not going anywhere. I know I'm not leaving the house. I usually never, get home and light up right away. Right. I don't smoke before work or anything like that. I'm not that into it yet. But depending on these fucking kids and this homegirl over here. But but one thing I will say is, like, it's almost like every time you pump, it's like the sound is coming back to you late. So like the same with the vibration. I'm just trying to explain. I'm trying to get y'all to understand. So it's like I'm pumping my regular rate of pumping, but since the sensation is so delayed, I'm experiencing it later, which means everything is delayed, including, like, I can feel the orgasm coming up. Like, I can feel it, like traveling through, like. Oh my God. And usually that sensation, like you said earlier, like when I finally bust my nut, excuse me. Oh, my colleagues are listening to this. I'm so sorry. This language. Well, I'm grown.
Climax.
That's not man, that's not a masculine thing to say. Climax.
Orgasm. I don't know, man.
That's why y'all have. When I bust my nut, the real niggas use bust nuts. So when I bust my nut, that shit be like longer. That whole process of my toes curling and I'm actually making noise because like it's just a higher sensation. But it's always better when your partner is high too. And I don't know why she just won't. Because I can get her some indica stuff, and I think she would really handle that well. Especially because now she knows, okay, one edible. And edibles are different. Chocolate versus gummies and stuff like that. Because you've eaten gummies before and they did nothing to you.
Nothing happened. Yeah.
So I just think that if you take a couple puffs of indica and you start to feel, then you can stop. Because you can really, weed does not, alcohol takes a long time, right? That everybody would agree. So alcohol takes a long time to feel. You can be 4 or 5 drinks in and then that shit hits you out of nowhere. And you usually overly, you're fucking drunk now. Yep. And it's hard to.
But weed, you can feel it coming on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Weed, the gift and the curse about weed is that weed happens usually pretty fast. You can be within a few puffs in and you're already starting to feel the effects. You can increase the effect of your, you can kind of feel, you can smoke yourself to right the level you want and then stop and it'll stay there for you. Or you can, keep smoking and then you get the alcohol effect where it just kind of hits you out of nowhere real hard and fast and then your head's spinning. But
I swear that's like me every time.
The downside to weed is that it's not, the effects don't last as long as alcohol.
I didn't time mine. Mine lasts 3 hours every time.
Yeah, mine. See, so weed to me is like the best feeling about being high is right when you put your blunt out.
Yeah,
you put your like when you put your blunt out, because at that point you made up your mind like, okay, I'm high enough. Mm-hmm. Right? It could be just you just fucking out. Like tonight, I just was fucking out, and I was just like, fuck, I don't want to smoke those sativas I got. I just don't. I'm not ready for that kind of trip. So I'm just like, man. But you put your shit out, and you're like, okay, now I'm high. Like now I feel it. And you will get there as you continue to smoke. And I think it does. It's like the unspoken aphrodisiac because, yeah, sex is better when I think both partners are high. Like, I feel like you be missing out.
I'll give it a try. Not this weekend. Don't put that pressure on me.
Mr. shutting you down like she always do. Well, you couldn't wait. You couldn't wait to jump. See, this is a problem. Kiara always throwing some stipulations on shit, and then they just make it like I don't even want to get high with you. I don't want to get high with you. Who want to get high with somebody like that? That'd be like, I ain't getting high between 10 and 2 on Saturday.
Well,
and this and that.
Because I know I'm not functional. I be stuck. Yes. I can't do nothing. So yes, I need for the kids to be taken care of, so that I can not have to be responsible for anybody.
Yeah, but then you are a buzzkill because you be like, well, I guess we ain't doing this tonight. I ain't going to sleep. No, damn well, we can handle one baby a little high. Because I do it all the time. I handle the kids all the time. I don't know what your stigma is about weed. I think
it's the physical feeling. If I can get through my world spinning and the nausea, then I would be okay with it.
See,
I
think we got to play with potency with you and stuff like that. Cause see, I'm bougie. Like I'm not rolling nothing up. Like that's just a lot of work. Like man, when I want to get high, I just want to flip that bitch out and light it up. And so I do pre-rolls. Like, yeah, you pay a little more money and stuff like that. And, you can't always.
Yeah, tell them about your new sets.
Oh, yeah, they are 1/2 gram of pop. And I got 10 rolls, so.
They come in cute glass. I thought you had one in here.
Little mason jars.
Yeah.
Local companies, too. The crazy thing about, especially, Washington has been legal, longer than most states.
Right.
So, by the time, like my folks back home got weed now in Michigan, we're always advanced. So like all of our just weed distilleries or whatever they call them, grow
Dispensaries.
farms, dispensary farms are like legit, and like a lot of the local shops use the weed. I mean, I think they have to sell weed grown in the state because it's
Right. Can't transport across.
Across state lines because it's still a federally illegal at the federal level. So I think states are using homegrown, and like I've had weed from Michigan. I've had weed in Vegas, which is
Garbage.
dirt. I mean, I haven't had weed in Cali because when we went to Cali, I wasn't smoking yet.
Yep.
But like, I always like think it's funny. Like, I've been this wild dude all my life, and then I literally started drinking at 22, and then I didn't really start like getting into like the drug things where most people explore in their teens until I was a grown ass man, married with 3 kids. I'm like grown as hell. I just got into weed heavy last year, but like, it's definitely, to me, like I know a lot of people's issues with it, and like I was talking about earlier, the downside to it is that it's a short-term high. So like if you want to keep the high going, you just gotta keep smoking weed. And sometimes people take it a step further and find stronger highs,
right?
And then the high is just shorter as you get down the line of the hard shit. So
So let me ask you this, because I've never, outside of marijuana, I've never done anything else drug-wise. Have you?
Mm-mm.
I wouldn't even know what to look for. I don't know what. I don't even want to sound like ignorant and a square, but go ahead.
You're not a square. I mean, listen. No, I have not tried anything. Like I said, no, legit. I'm afraid. It's drug abuse in my in my family. People I know, like I've seen that shit firsthand. I'm straight on it. I'm good on it. Like that's
this
enough
man
to me.
Won't even take Vicodin. He had a root canal, a tooth infection, and they prescribed him Vicodin for his pain, and he wouldn't even take it.
Yep, tossing and turning. Anything that says it could be habit forming on the bag. You want to be careful. It says that on weed too. Says that on cigarettes. Doesn't say that on alcohol, which is crazy. Right. Even though we all know the effects of alcohol and how deadly it is, worse than weed actually. You never really like think of it that way when you're doing what you're doing. It's like, oh yeah, I get it, whatever. But like, I truly believe like narcotics are extremely dangerous, extremely dangerous. And if I can avoid it, I will. I'll just take the legal limit of ibuprofen, right. Or, and that's what I did to manage pain. I was just rotating over the counter ibuprofen, over the counter Tylenol, and like that shit was excruciating. I had the Vicodin, but I didn't even open the bottle. I was like, if I open the bottle and I take one, I already know. Like, don't slide in my DMs. I ain't selling them.
Oh my goodness!
I ain't selling them. So I might sell them. No, I'm just playing. I'm not selling them. But no, to me, it's never. I've never got even an inkling to want to try coke or shit like that. I think I enjoy the high. I like to be in control. I think, shit gets scary when you're not consciously doing things.
Right.
And like, I like to be in control, which is why I've never got blackout drunk.
That was oh my goodness. I was literally about to ask you that.
Nope. I never got, I've gotten drunk to the point where I've gotten sick.
Right.
And I hate that feeling. So.
And that's what, you do. Well, that's what I feel like every time I smoke.
Yeah, but that don't mean I stop
drinking. Or eat marijuana.
But that don't mean I stop drinking. I understand my tolerance now better. Because I do enjoy drinking, especially socially.
Right.
But no, I don't like, I hate I hate throwing a period. So like, especially like, just like, oh, this was avoidable. Like, you just understand your tolerance. So, I know my drink limits and stuff like that. It's going to take some time with weed, because I know you be feeling some type of way because everybody we know smokes weed. Yeah. And you just you be sitting over there like a lonely kid. Like you literally lost your parents, and that's sad because I think that.
But y'all,
I know.
Whatever. It's called peer pressure, and I'm resisting the temptation.
Why is that? What? Why you resisting the temptation?
Because I don't like the way it makes me feel.
Oh, I guess you said that earlier. See,
Yeah.
that's the weed. That's the problem I have right now.
Don't you remember when I did? I think we all were outside. It was a game night again. And me and Jessica, were we high or drunk? I don't even remember.
Y'all were drunk.
Oh.
That was for New Year's Eve.
Oh.
That was for New Year's last year. You was turned the fuck up.
Man, yeah.
Yeah, and when Kiara gets drunk, bro, which is why I really want her to try weed and just understand her, because I've seen her get high before and she's actually very enjoyable, because she complains about being nauseated, but that's because I think she's smoking too much. She don't understand her tolerance yet, but this fucking, when she gets drunk, oh my gosh, what a buzzkill.
What are you talking about?
She just be staggering all over the place, and no different from New Year's, killing my fucking buzz, staggering all over the place, ducking off to puke and trying to come back and party like nothing happened. Then she gets cranky, and then she gets sleepy, and then it's a wrap. What a wasted night, you know? Especially because, at this point in our relationship, when we do things where we like going out to dance or hanging with people, that's when we get dressed up. Mm-hmm. And Kiara wear her, the sexy pants, like the, dick 'em down panties. So I'll be ready for some action, usually. But it always happens. She get drunk and just be like, out like a lake. Yeah, like a lake. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so embarrassing. Which is why I think she should try to dibble and dabble a little more, on the marijuana side of things.
Like I said, I'll try it. Just not
this weekend. I get it. The weekend's over now.
Well, your birthday is coming up very soon. So
yes.
Maybe then.
Yes, and here's my public service announcement about marijuana. Try it once. It's less invasive and less habit forming than I would say like alcohol is to me. Like I said, I only smoke it once, usually once a day, sometimes twice, but it's the same joint if that makes sense. So usually like a half a gram. So I'll smoke a half a gram a night or so, but it does have other purposes, sometimes it helps me go to sleep. It calms me down when I'm having anxiety attacks, or like when I feel like anxiety's coming on. Certainly I got to get the right strand, but it really helps me keep calm and like real level headed with stuff. Downsides is the appetite's up. Appetite's up. And then obviously, the focus can waver. Yeah. But the energy is always there. What you give me those mommy eyes for?
The focus sure ain't there.
Listen, see, she just sound like a non-pothead. She probably be the one protesting and yeah. See?
No, I would not.
She's been trying to be cool lately. She got her hair dyed, looking all snackish. We just gotta get this weed thing, man, because I'm telling you, I think if more couples explored marijuana in their relationships, like smoking as no bullshit, like smoking as a couple, I honestly think that there will be less divorce. There will be less domestic violence. Like weed is such a like soothing.
Yeah. That's because you be stuck. You don't have time to argue.
Like alcohol, whereas alcohol is shit. You can be. I mean, I know people that smoke weed and get angry and aggressive too, but like with weed, man, you can control that situation. It's like, man, I ain't smoking with you, bro. And most of the time, weed is an intimate situation anyway. Like
right.
I ain't had this. Puff past days is gone, nigga. Right. Shit, this. I'm dropping, a lot of money on this little bit of weed, so right. We ain't passing this shit. Not all the time. Now that I got a little money, I do be, Robin Hood out here giving out the weed. Oh yeah, you can have one.
That's because you're a social person. You want people to engage in it with you, so you're willing to share it.
Because I think everybody should be high. I think on marijuana, not like stop it there, y'all. But weed is not a gateway drug at all. And like I said, I have no issues with attachment. I've had to not smoke, being gone away, traveling out of state because I'm too chicken shit to put shit on the plane. So
we don't have time for that.
Yes.
Too much to lose.
But I think couples should definitely experience marijuana together and see how much stress it helps relieve and how much sexual gratification comes about.
Yep. So, more of the story. Normalize marijuana in relationships and normalize vibrators in the bedroom. I saw that on Instagram, so I thought I would bring that up.
Vibrators on the bedroom.
In the bedroom. Make it a normal part of sex.
Oh, okay. This is your cat call at the end of the thing. This your cry to the ladies out there. I was like, where the hell did that come from? Well, I see what you did there. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, while y'all out there, vibrators matter is what Kiara's saying.
You are so silly.
Like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that other shit. This was recorded in front of a live high audience. It's better than me. CJ from the Ski. Check out those handles: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. It's Kiara_2, the letter U, and another underscore. This is Love Social. Yes. We are out here. We are out of here.
Peace. You high here.
Peace.